And we are live with SpotDodge, a live Nintendo podcast where every single week we react to the latest Nintendo news and talk about the games we are playing. This week is going to be a fun show. We're going to talk about the Mario movie reception, Konami might be getting back into console gaming, and finally, Nintendo Switch has a great Pokemon game on the way. But first, let's introduce my little cast of people here. She'll come to your house and steal your cookies. She's the social media manager and content creator at Destructoid, Mary Stowe. Mary, how you doing?
I'm good, and now I'm hungry.
His heart still lives in Korea. He's the managing editor at The Escapist and indie game developer whose game is planned to release sometime in 2054. John Frisha, how you doing?
You nailed it, bud. I'm great. Thanks.
Yep. He's the only giraffe you don't want to punch in the neck. Greg Vargas, aka Dynamite Giraffe, over on Twitch. How you doing, Gregory?
Hey man, I'm doing pretty good. How about you, sir?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Then, of course, there's the King Daddy Dilf of the podcast. He'll steal your wife and then block her number the next night. Jim Ryan's favorite little rascal, Brett Larson. How you doing, Brett?
Dude, this rivals John's intros. This was solid tonight. I gotta give it to you.
This is great.
Yeah. And he's on the ones and twos, streaming the show live from his supercomputer. The man who never sleeps, actually refuses to sleep. Eric, thank you for everything, for streaming this show all across the world on YouTube, that's pretty much it now, YouTube, so yeah. And lastly, I'm Brett Medlock, video producer and content creator at Destructoid, who's overly passionate about things no one cares about. Let's get into today's news. First to list on
Never heard a truer statement, honestly.
Exactly. First thing on the list.
I care.
Mario movie. The Mario movie right now, guys. It's actually worse received than I was expecting. It currently has a 56 on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, how Rotten Tomatoes works is that means 50% of the reviewers thought that it was good.
Give it at least a 6,
56%. Right? They gave it at least a 6 or higher, which usually
is considered
ranges
good.
Around good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right.
So that doesn't mean it's a
rating system,
56 out of 100. It means that 56% of reviewers thought it was good. So yeah, it's just kind of strange,
Metacritic might be even lower than.
I don't think that's up yet.
I
Yeah.
thought it was actually a little higher, but I can check while we're talking.
Okay, yeah,
So
go ahead and check that
Oh,
out.
all right. It's 48. So.
Shit.
So yeah, the
Yeah.
average score is 4.8 out of 10.
So I'm gonna make a
And it
prediction.
became 49. So there you go.
Whoa,
It's
that's
up,
fast.
baby. It's up.
I'm gonna make a prediction. I think once the general public sees the movie, the user or audience score is going to be significantly higher. I think this is one of those things that, like, if you're a lover of games or you're a lover of this specific kind of game or Nintendo or Mario, those people are going to really enjoy it and not look at it with such a critical eye. And I think you're going to be like more in like the high 70s or 80s for user scores.
Yeah.
That's
who the
usually what
critics
tends
were?
to happen. Never,
Yeah,
no
I was
idea.
just looking at Sonic movie because I was like, how does another video game movie like compare? Because I feel like I remembered like the Sonic movie having a pretty big gap as well between like what like the critics are and the audience score. And yeah, Sonic, the first movie, 64%, 93% audience score.
Damn,
And
Jeez,
Sonic
that's huge.
Yeah, Sonic 2 is at a nice 69% from the critics, and then
Ooh.
at a 96%
Yeah,
from the
see?
audience.
Jeez. What are these critics
literally
rating the game
reversed.
by? Are they
69 to
judging it?
96.
Are these critics
They're
judging the
probably-
game like, I mean, the movie based on like how it compares to some of the greatest movies in the world, or what? Like,
They're probably the kind of people
It's-
that go to like the Super Nintendo World or whatever, and they're like, "This isn't Disneyland. These rides, these are Mario rides. I can't believe it. I'm gonna give it a bet."
as
They
he
don't
says
serve
in this Mario
steak.
shirt.
They don't serve
Yeah.
steak here. They only have burgers. What is this nasty establishment?
But it's real mushrooms.
No Mickey Mouse. Negative.
Actually, apparently, like there's tons of mushroom dishes at Super Nintendo World. Like
Ooh.
an abnormal
Oh,
amount.
I bet. Yeah, I'm
Nice.
not surprised.
Great.
Anyway.
Oh, there we go.
There it
That's our
is.
dinger. Ring the bell.
There it
Oh, I've
is.
got another one to drop later on. Just you wait.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm excited. Always eager to hear about Kid and Krista. I've still never even heard their show.
Podcast.
I wouldn't even know
Well,
who they
I've
were
seen
if it
them.
wasn't for John.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Hey,
But
Mary's the one who advertised their controller for them.
Yeah,
it's a
true.
really nice controller.
Hey, you throw Mary
Exactly.
under the bus?
Yeah. Mary, what were
Anywho,
we gonna say?
No, I was
Oh,
just like circling back to Mario movie. Like, I was just thinking, like, the people, like the official critics who like review this, like how many of them actually know like the video game franchise as well to like pick up on like those fun little like Easter eggs that really make the fans in the audience be like, oh, look at that. Like, you know, like I know that. I get that reference, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the helicopter in Sonic 2 was SA1 and SA2, Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2. It's a tiny detail, but I was in the movie theater with my friends, and my friend, I just saw her like out of the corner of my eye, just be like,
She just
Sonic
goes,
Adventure
"Ah!"
2? Yeah, she was just like, wait a second, SA2, because that's one of her favorites. So it's
Yeah,
like, are
it's
these
really
people
cool.
even like fans of the games, and do they understand
even, like-
how great the movies
Even
are?
like the
Yeah.
Eggman reference, like, did that go? That obviously went over critics' heads if they hadn't even,
Yeah.
played any of the games, or that, and that's like common knowledge, or has been known amongst the Sonic community, like American versus the Japanese version, or the references, or how he's acknowledged. But like, I mean, a movie critic, is not going to pick that up. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I just like zero weight for me.
I like to think that if the website is having someone go cover the movie, go to the premiere, whatever, that it's someone who's at least somewhat knowledge on games, so that they could understand.
Hopefully.
Like otherwise, if everyone at this movie website only focuses on movies, they're literally missing out on all the references to the games, and that's
Right.
not just Mario. That's like a bunch of things that are happening right now.
Yeah.
The Last of Us, Sonic, the Castlevania show. Like you're missing out on a lot of references.
Okay,
and
but
stuff.
seeing some
Yeah.
of the stuff that people said about The Last of Us, I was like, y'all,
They don't know nothing.
the
Wait,
complaints
what-
from the people who did not know the video game franchise, like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, no,
We don't want you
this is not
normies here.
new. Yeah,
It was actually really weird, like seeing all the normies react to a story that I've known for so long, like such
Yeah.
a big and popular story. All of a sudden, is brand new to thousands of people. It's
Yeah,
kind of
I guess,
weird.
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, millions of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie's not being received that great, but most likely it's going to resonate a lot more with fans and people who play video games.
It's not being received that great by critics, but also who cares?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also critics are
Shit.
stupid. Who
It's-
even
you-
follows critics anymore?
One thing you got to remember: this is
Journalists.
a movie for kids.
Yeah,
This is a
video
movie
game.
for kids, so don't take it too seriously. And
Yeah.
there's no way people that love Mario don't go to this and leave with a smile on their face. Like it's gonna be a fun experience. I have
I
no.
have my
yeah.
ticket for the movie already. At least 2 other people at The Escapist already have their tickets for the movie. We're all seeing this thing. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna make a ton of
Yeah.
money. Like
Oh yeah.
I think even
I'm
think even
excited for that.
Uncharted, the movie Uncharted, when it came out, I don't think it critically got very good scores.
Oh,
Because I remember
people
you
hated
No,
did
it
a
didn't.
you even did a TikTok about it. I think Brett, and you're like the
Oh yeah.
Uncharted
So
movie is a
that's
disaster.
that was the first TikTok I ever made.
Yeah, and then
Literally.
it came out and you went to it. You're like, okay, it actually wasn't that bad. So
Yeah,
it's probably
it was
gonna be
actually
another one of
good.
those things where like they kind of it doesn't get all that well received, and then you go to it and you're like, what are they talking about? This is great. So
I mean,
hopefully.
I have a hard time believing that Uncharted could be any great piece of cinema based off the clips I've seen. But at the same time, to your point, it made $401 million at the box office.
Yeah.
So I mean, the appetite's there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Uncharted wasn't great. No, I never
Yeah.
I don't think it was great, but
Right.
based off of like the initial reaction, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a shit show. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, that actually was pretty fun. Like, it wasn't like amazing like The Last of Us HBO, but it was solid. It was a good time.
I feel like for John, it might be just bad enough that he would enjoy it. Like I honestly think
Okay.
he might enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
It's kind-
go enter into it with any malice. Like I don't have anything against the movie.
like
like,
Brett
it's
with
so
his
silly
Sony
and fun.
hating self.
Yeah, I mean,
Sony, this is a PlayStation product. This is shit.
you know what? If that's the only Uncharted I'm getting for the next 10 years, I'm gonna have to live with it, okay? Because that's what it seems like is happening.
Yeah.
John, didn't you like that movie Psycho Gorman?
Yeah, it was pretty
What?
decent. I'm surprised you remember that. Yeah,
I don't
even
know
know what
why,
that
but
is.
that I always see it on. I think it's on Amazon, and
that's
I'm like,
hilarious.
for some reason, I always tell myself, "Hey, John liked that movie.
John liked
I
that.
gotta put it in
You
my
think of
watch.
it all
I
the
gotta put it in my
time.
watch list.
Yeah,
The
super,
movie from
super
3 years
quick.
ago. Maybe I'll watch it.
All right, guys,
Yeah.
let's talk about Konami. Konami's getting back into the game. They are getting back in.
I had
What's
one thing
up?
to well, actually, I had two things to add about Mario. I didn't really give my take.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
So I'm kind of two minds on this subject. Like on one hand, like yeah, like there's no way that the person from say like the Hollywood Reporter knows like how good like knows what these Mario references are. And actually, I think I should specify. I think Hollywood Reporter actually gave like a kind of positive review. So sorry, THR. But anyway, point being, like they're reviewing movies as is, and I think it makes sense that you shouldn't be beholden to like years of lore in order to judge a movie for what it is. Like a piece of art should be able to stand on its own, and if it's required to know several decades worth of trivia in order to fully appreciate something, that probably means it's not very good. That being said, as we've discussed, critics obviously are looking for different things in a movie than like the average Mario fan. And as the average Mario fan, there's probably a pretty good likelihood I'm gonna like this thing. There's no
Yeah.
way to
Oh,
know
totally.
until I see it,
Mhm.
of course.
It sort of
but-
reminds me. It sort of reminds me of the Hogwarts situation. People who just play the game and don't know all the references of the world or anything, they probably don't really think it's that great. But people who know it, like they know the world, they know the references, it's way more special to them. So it's probably going to be
Right,
similar
yeah.
this way. Which
Right,
begs the
right.
question, does that mean it's actually good? This was something I brought up a few weeks ago where I was like, my friend said that he thought God of War Ragnarok was good, but then after he watched all the YouTube videos on it, now it's amazing. Like, now it was an amazing experience. Like, did he actually think it was amazing? I don't think so. But anyway, John, I think you're cutting out again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I heard the yeah, but
Oh,
yeah.
you're back.
Oh,
we can.
am I back?
Was that it,
Am I
John? Was
back?
that all you had to say on that? Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, yeah, you're back.
Beautiful. Yeah, just kind of piggybacking off what you just said, like sometimes that's like actually the good side of having critics. They can make you appreciate aspects of things that you hadn't even considered. That's why I love my escapist critic, Darren Mooney. He just makes you think of crap you've never thought of before in your life, and you're like, of course, it all connects. Why didn't I see it
Yeah.
before? So in defense of critics, but I don't know. I'm
Sure.
excited.
Yeah.
And I do think I'm gonna like this movie. I'm just curious to find out how much I'm gonna like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll definitely have our impressions at some point. We'll have to get back to that. But in the meantime, let's talk about Konami. They apparently opened up a studio in John, how do you pronounce that? I'm sure you know.
Well, guys, Konami Osaka Studio? What?
Osaka. See, I would have said Ahsoka, like from Star Wars.
Oh, like Star Wars.
Oh.
The
Well,
Gray Studio.
Good old Ahsoka Studio. Yeah, they're making Star Wars.
Yeah. This is pretty exciting. Like we've long talked about it. We need Konami to get back to making games. And guys, I think they might have pulled something off here. Okay, now let's hold on a second. All right, think back to the times when Konami was last making notable AAA games. Everyone hated them. There was literally a meme. F Konami. They ruined Kojima's game with Metal Gear Solid 5. They didn't let him finish it. They even Jeff Keighley
Did
talked
Metal
crap
Gear
on him
Survive.
live at the Game Awards. Then they did Metal Gear Survive, something that was probably already in the works. They got that out, and then they pretty much ghosted
think
everyone
so.
after that.
They were basically cancel culture before there was a cancel culture. That's how much they were hated.
They were hated.
Everyone was
But here's
just
the thing: they waited and waited and waited, and they're like, "We know you
Just
guys
waited, yeah.
secretly love us. We know you love us. Let's just keep on waiting. Let it build up."
Gosh.
So they just waited and waited. Now all of a sudden, rumors are Konami's coming back. I don't see anyone saying #fuck Konami. All I see is, oh my God, Konami's coming back. We're gonna get Castlevania, Metal Gear Solid, all these games that we've been wanting. They did it. They did it. They beat the system. They disappeared slowly, and now they're back and better than ever. They're bringing back Silent Hill. The rumor is Metal Gear Solid might get a remake, the third one they're going to start with
Yeah.
for some reason, which I wouldn't put it past them because they started with Silent Hill 2, so that's probably real.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for Konami to come back. All right, and John, how do you feel about? Actually, John, you just talked, so I'm gonna throw it to Mary. Mary, how do you feel about this?
I'm just like, they need to deliver. Like you said, like they just kind of like faded into non-existence, and like they became the joke of like Konami doesn't do games anymore. So now it's like, okay, you're gonna do games again, but like it's now or never. Like they're gonna have to release something like really good.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's just gonna
they
flop, and people are gonna be like, go back to non-existence.
Go back to Pachinko.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
do have Brett Larson's favorite studio currently making Silent Hill 2. So the question is will they knock it out of the
Blue.
park? I'm a blue lever, as I've said in the past, something like that.
A blue beef.
I believe in
blue
Bloober Team.
Bleeber.
Believer. I don't know.
Blue Belieber. There we go.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that game because I actually really liked the medium. I really thought the last third of what was the
Blair
Witch
Witch?
one? The
Blair
Blair Witch
Witch.
was
Blair
really
Witch.
really good.
Really,
So yeah,
really fucking good.
so the question is will they start knocking these games out of the park? Let's hope they choose the right teams.
Right.
Brett, what were you
Right.
gonna
Yeah,
say?
I was just gonna say I'm a obviously you know that I'm a huge Bloober fan, so I was really excited to hear that they were using them to bring back such an important franchise for them. And like you said, yeah, they just waited out the storm, man. And people are no longer saying fuck Konami. Now they're just saying fuck Phil Spencer. You know what I mean? So
No.
it's like,
Hey, whoa.
Come on. There's only
No,
one
but-
head
Got me
of
snake
studio to
oil
make
to
fun of
sell.
here.
No, but honestly, like it really was smart because they just kind of shut up and they just waited for so long that I bet if you asked most people why Konami became hated, they couldn't even tell you anymore because it's been so long since people have cared or they've been in the spotlight that most people are probably like, wait, why did we not like Konami? Like, why was
Yeah.
everyone in such agreement that they
Most
sucked?
people were still in diapers back then, all right? They don't
Right,
remember anything.
yeah.
Just
How
kidding.
how long ago was that?
10
Like, it
years
was like
ago now, probably.
2016. I thought 2016 or 15.
Oh,
was
okay, it
their
wasn't
last
that
game.
long ago.
Yeah, Metal
John,
Gear
you're
Solid, but that's
silent.
8 years.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty. It's
I
been
mean,
a while.
somebody
now.
was probably
so 8 years
12
was their
years
last
old when
major
everything like
game.
that transpired.
Mm.
Yeah, like so. Let's say someone was like, yeah, I don't know, 12 back then. Like nowadays, they're a grown adult. They might have a kid of their like. They might have a kid of their own, so I'm sure they'll hop into a new Metal Gear Solid 3 remake and not know anything about all the Konami drama that went down.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
just-
mean,
I just
there
feel
was
like
like
that-
other
Sorry, Greg. You're
There
good.
was-
Jinx.
there was I mean there was other factors in it, like they said like some of the work environments were pretty heinous. They had like
Yeah.
basically like crunch all the time, and that was one thing that kind of you know, it was just like bad culture all around. But like I don't know, I think it's pretty surprising, and I'm kind of glad too, because like, you know, as a gamer, like this is the brand, this is a company that, you know, we've witnessed their release, their games over the years. And it's just like THQ. Like I was happy, you know, when THQ rebranded and came back, and you know that things started to turn around. And the same thing with Konami is like, what a smart move to like understand, listen, and you know, change their, you know, kind of their perception in the public eye to then rebuild and then re-release, you know, some of their most iconic franchises. And so like, I don't know, I feel like they played the smart long game, you know, putting out these crappy pachinko machines to get money to then fund, you know, whatever business moves that they're doing now.
Hey, what do you
And
call them
look,
crappy? Pachinko machines are great, man.
Oh yeah,
No.
totally. I've seen one in person, I think.
I didn't even
But
know
it's
what
just
one
like-
was until I watched that TV show called Pachinko. Yeah.
But it's just
No,
like,
they're huge, man.
Like what a long, you know, a smart way to play the long game and then come back. And it's not like they don't have, you know, a war chest of IPs that they can, you know, pull out.
They
and
do.
They didn't.
They really do.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And like, you know, they managed to not sell them off and keep
Yeah.
them and be able to make games with, you know, and with, you know, kind of the eye of like, they were there when these games started. So, you know, let's see what they build next.
Yeah. But guys, the main topic of the show, sorry to keep moving this along, but we got to get to it, all right? Pokemon is finally getting a brand new game that's not brand new. Okay. I meant Nintendo Switch is finally getting a Pokemon game that's not crappy. One that actually has really good animations. I would say arguably better animations than Scarlet and Violet, the newest game in the series.
Better.
And you know what that game is? Pokemon
Pokemon
Stadium. A game that Pokemon. I mean, I'm sure Pokemon Sleep will have better animations as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pokemon Stadium is coming to Nintendo Switch Online on April. What was it? Damn it. I forgot to copy and paste it. Does anyone know what off the top of their head?
12th. April 12th.
12th. Okay. April 12th, we are getting Pokemon Stadium. And guys, I got to be honest. I just was watching the trailer and I am being serious. These animations of these Pokemon legitimately still look better than the newest Pokemon games. Like, there's way more going on. Like, they have more personality to them. They're not just like, look at Weedle shooting his white creamy stuff all over Alakazam.
This white creamy stuff. Wow.
True though.
Yeah, but there's just way more. There's way more presentation. Like, there's just way more going on. Like, look at the way the Pokemon is moving right now. Like, if you were a kid when this came out, this was mind blowing. This was how you envisioned in your head when you were playing on Game Boy. Like, this is what you imagined in your head, and then you actually got to see it in real life on the screen.
Right.
And yeah, it's actually really good. I have a lot of good memories of this game. John, you used to play this one?
Yeah, I did actually play this one because it's like, you know, it's a bummer that you can't actually transfer any Pokemon to this version. You know?
Yeah, that is weird.
Like, that was the
Definitely.
main mechanic, but here it's just like, oh, here's a level 40 something or other. Enjoy.
Yeah.
All before John became a jaded gamer, a jaded
Yep.
Pokemon gamer.
I mean, the thing is, though, is I didn't even have like the Game Boy connector or anything, so I just
Oh,
played this
really?
as is back in
Oh,
the day.
dang.
So
Nice.
I don't even know what it's like to have like all of the Pokemon and stuff be able to transfer over. So,
Dang.
but I also one aspect of this game that I absolutely adore, and I have a feeling that Mary might love it too, is all the mini games. Mary, have you ever played these mini games?
I haven't. I've never
Oh
played
my
this
God.
one.
Whoa, man, it's so fun. The mini games are insane.
I have like vague memories of like, doesn't like Lickitung like eat dishes of food that are going
Yeah.
by? That's all I
Yeah.
remember. And I didn't know I even remembered that. It just came back to me.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
man.
Uh,
I was
But yeah.
watching
White
the
creamy
video.
What?
yeah.
Sorry.
What? I was watching the video.
Interrupting
White
the
creamy
white
stuff.
creamy stuff.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say. Brett said white
Yeah.
creamy stuff, and then John said, "Doesn't it lick its own?" And I'm like, Jesus, where is this podcast going?
Lickitung, that's the name of
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Look at tongue.
Creep.
Brett doesn't know Pokemon,
thought he
but yeah,
said
there's
doesn't
one of the
it
mini
lick
games,
its
Magikarp
own?
jumping.
Like lick
I
its
don't know.
own.
It
like,
just stops.
you know.
Doesn't it
Yeah.
lick its own?
Want a shovel,
Yeah,
Brett?
that's what I thought he did. Yeah, so I didn't know. Yeah, I'm not a Pokemon guy. Sorry. I'll shut the fuck up.
You're a little too old for Pokemon. You're just right out of that age group.
I'm a little
Right
too
out of
old
that
for a
age
lot of things.
Too old to be on this podcast. Get the hell off of here.
God damn it.
Jeez. This is getting a little intense here, guys.
He's like awkward.
Well, you know what? I'm actually gonna bring it up, Brett. You actually pissed me off. No, I'm just kidding. I just tried to sound really mad. No, but Mary, you were saying something about it, right?
No, I was watching the little trailer like announcing like it's coming to Switch Online and like all the mini games and like I was like, I feel like I've just seen clips of these like throughout the years. Like the one Eric has right now is like, isn't like this one like really frustrating or something? I don't know.
Most of them are, from my memory.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
They're not very like the gameplay mechanics. I remember they're being kind of wonky. Like it just didn't feel like mechanically very strong. But it was a lot of fun playing with like my brother and
Okay.
sister and stuff.
I'll have to find my N64.
I haven't played it.
controller for it.
The last time I played Stadium was at E3. It was one of the random booths. They had their N64 controller. It was like a third party company, and they had the mini games on. And that's when I played it last. But before that, it was like freaking 20 years ago. So
Do you
Yeah.
think your sister will play now?
no, actually, yeah, she actually probably would. But we're probably gonna do that actually this Thursday. Will it be out by then? Because she comes over on Thursdays, and we usually end up
Next
just
week.
watching.
Yeah, Yeah, next
We end up
week,
just
yeah.
watching her play freaking what's that terrible game with the
Don't say hamster ball.
no, not hamster ball. That's a great game. I'm talking about the
Terrible
the game, the sus game. It's escaping me.
Among Us.
Among Us. She plays that on the TV, and we all just watch her
The
play.
The sus game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Among Us.
That's not a
But-
bad game.
I mean, I don't play it. It's bad.
I played it once.
I challenge
I was
all of
kinda
you.
bored, but, yeah.
To Among Us.
Okay.
I hear
We should all
I hear
play,
in
actually.
VR it's a blast. My son plays it on his Meta Quest or Oculus Quest, whatever the hell it is.
Mm.
And he was never a big fan of Among Us, and I hear him and his friends talking in there, they're laughing their asses off. Apparently, it's really fun in VR.
It's
so
really-
I don't know if it's an option on PSVR too.
I'll
Mary.
have to check, but it's really fun. Like just the standard game. I managed to con my
Yeah.
way out of getting vented one time.
It's a
Yeah.
game about lying. I mean, who doesn't?
Guys,
love
I do want to
lying?
say though, Eric, who's on the ones and twos, for anyone who's watching live right now, he just told us that he's having internet issues. So if we start cutting in and out, sorry, you can always find the show afterwards on podcast
Yeah.
platforms, and it'll
Just
be up
blame
on
Eric.
YouTube. Actually, I guess if the stream dies, then it probably won't be on YouTube, but it'll definitely be on podcast platforms. So
We're riding
Yeah,
it out
it's-
either way.
it's storming where Eric lives, it's storming where Greg lives, so they could just fly away at any moment.
And it's
It's
going to be
crazy, too.
97
I-
where I live next week.
97.
I was looking around because
Wow.
it was hella windy outside, and then all of a sudden the wind stopped, and I'm like, does this mean we're in the eye of the tornado? What does this
It's
mean?
about to explode. But yeah,
Hey, be
back
good
to
for views.
Pokemon.
And
Uh,
Pokemon Stadium, the one that we got in the US was actually the second one. Japan got like some other one that we didn't.
oh, I completely forgot about that. And
Yeah.
so then,
I
what was
didn't know that.
Pokemon Stadium 2 for them? Was it Pokemon Stadium 3?
Pokemon Stadium 3.
That's hilarious.
How does math work? Yeah.
I didn't know if they like Pokemon Stadium Extreme or something. I didn't know
Right,
if they
yeah.
changed the name.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know, honestly. That is a good question, but I know when I looked last night, yeah, whatever the series is called in Japan, it was just that with like the number 2 next to it, and they announced it for NSO for Japan.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So wait, can you log into the Japanese account on the Switch Online and play both?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's how it works.
All right, cool. Because I do that. Like you can play all the Japanese versions, which is
Yeah.
really cool. But I didn't know if it would like have that game on there the same day as Pokemon Stadium.
I mean, I would imagine.
But speaking of this, guys, I really hope that Nintendo starts having a better release cadence with this stuff, because I don't understand what's so hard about just saying we're going to put a new N64 game on the 1st and the 15th of every month, or just the 15th of every month.
Yeah.
So there's some type of expectation, but it's just totally random, and it bothers me greatly because I'm actually subbed to this
Yeah.
service. I'm pretty sure it's going to run out in October, and I want to know, is this going to be worth resubbing? Because I do like playing these games. My kids like playing these games, but I want to know if I'm going to be getting a consistent value out of it, and if it's not just going to sooner or later become a stagnant library of games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The problem with it's priced fairly. Like it's not that much, especially when you're splitting it with someone else. The problem is when you get these old classic games, and much like the PlayStation with their old PS1 catalog, is there's a finite number of games. So it's like they just have to just drip feed them. And it's kind of sucks because like you're going, okay, I know there's this many games that I still want, but they can't just release them all at once. I mean, that's what we would want, but for them to continue to like grow the service, they have to release only a couple at a time because there is only a finite number of them, which is the only
Yeah.
shitty thing about like, you know what I mean? Like the old classic games like that.
Yeah, I mean, especially with both of these services, and even on Xbox, like with their classic games, a lot of them like literally just can't be available at all because of old licenses that are just expired and no
Yeah.
one can use them, and that sucks. But I wish
Yeah.
they would figure it out in some way. Like I want to see like WrestleMania 2000 on Switch Online, something that's outside
Yes.
the box and not necessarily
W-
a Nintendo
WF,
first-party game.
mercy.
Yeah, no mercy.
Dude,
like
I
come on,
would-
give me
I
the
would
Blitz,
play-
Wrestling game.
dude.
I would
Blitz.
I would play the
please.
shit out of No Mercy.
Those old sports
Wasn't
games
Po-
and wrestling were amazing.
Wasn't Pokemon Stadium? Did it finally come just because of the court case that
What?
finished wrapping up? Wasn't that this year the
Aw.
Abra or whatever court case?
Oh, there was an
Mm.
Abra thing. I remember that now. I don't
yeah, and
know.
it finally
I
like
don't know.
that.
closed. I think it was only like a couple months ago too.
Was it that recent? Like I completely forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, Greg, how'd you just
Yeah.
think of that?
I don't know. That's how my brain works. And now I'm thinking about corn dogs with mayonnaise on them. Delicious.
Corn dogs.
Okay. So, all right, that's what I thought. So that ended back in 2020, apparently.
Oh, okay. So
This
Greg's an
wasn't
idiot.
recent.
Or no, but something was recent about it. I think he finally commented or something that like he said he was wrong or something.
Yeah, that
Kadabra
was back in
TCG.
2020.
Oh no. It was
November
the
2020.
card. Listen here, feller. The card.
It's like,
January
yeah,
28th,
again, 2020.
2023.
A card?
So the card was recently returned. Kadabra Pokemon card, TCG.
Guys,
returning
we're
after
talking too
21
long
years.
about Kadabra. Like,
Furthermore, I'm done.
to elaborate,
To elaborate on my previous point, actually,
yeah, Pokemon Stadium, it's a great game, and the animations are better than Scarlet and Violet. I won't go as
I was
far as
just
to
gonna
say
say
that
that.
it's a better game overall, but the characters have way more personality. You should definitely check it out, especially if you're younger and you weren't around whenever this game came out, because there's a lot of fun stuff in this game. I actually can't wait to play it because it's been so long.
you were in diapers.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I thought you were exaggerating, but the more I look at it, like
No, I'm
graphically
serious.
and
Like the animations are
don't
better.
look
Like
much. They don't look
Sure.
like they've improved
Sure,
much
Brett.
at all.
Like,
in
look at the
modern
battles.
Pokemon games.
Look at the
That's
battles.
Scary.
you will see a Pokemon like literally pick something up from the ground and like put it over its head and throw it at the other Pokemon. Like they don't do that nowadays. Like it's just
Oh, really?
this weird basic stuff that like so they can use it for every single Pokemon. Like a ball will just like float in front of them and then it'll go to the Pokemon or something.
Mhm.
Like I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say that fish. I forgot his name. He's escaping
Magikarp?
me right now.
That-
Yeah, Magikarp. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure he doesn't even flop on the ground anymore, but he might. I don't know.
It's
There
just,
he is flopping
it's
around.
just like 5 polygons on the ground. Don't move.
I think he floats now. Honestly, I could be wrong, but I think he floats.
Oh man,
But-
that'd be sad.
It's just crazy that
Next
a game
topic.
of a series of this caliber still has not evolved that much. Like, graphically.
evolved.
Like
Past this.
like with
No,
the
dude,
amount
but
of
for
money
real-
this freaking series has brought in, it should be like glorious by now. It should just look like magnificent, and it doesn't.
Dude, I'm
Pokken
definitely
Fighter was
not
kind
exaggerating.
of an evolution of the games.
What? That's a fighter by a different studio. Greg,
Doesn't
get
matter.
out.
This is Pokemon
but-
Stadium. This is an adventure game.
It wasn't Pokemon Stadium. It was a fighting game.
No, I said this is Pokemon Stadium.
Oh, okay. Okay, but anyway, guys, I will say Pokemon Coliseum for GameCube, one console after N64, obviously, does actually look better than Scarlet and Violet. And I know it sounds crazy, but the Pokemon's animations and the detail and their personalities is out of this world good. I was just playing it recently, so I know for sure. But anyway, let's just move on to the next thing. Kirby is
Wait,
turning
I have-
30 years.
I have one big emergency topic here.
Okay,
And
okay.
it's not a topic. It's actually just me telling everybody Dragon Ball The Breakers is on sale for $9.99 at Amazon.
Oh, man, I might have to hop in.
I think
That's
so.
Brett,
even-
you want to go
Oh,
halvesies?
gosh.
That's an even better sale than the last time you threatened our lives with it.
Yeah.
Brett, is it time we go halvesies? $5
It
each?
It might have to be. It might. I think I can
Yeah.
afford that.
Yeah, I mean
John,
that
you're
seems
going
more.
now.
That seems like what it's actually worth is $5. So
Just
No, I'm
breaking
just kidding,
John's
but-
heart over here.
yeah,
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's fun. I just don't know anything about Dragon Ball, and it's just not
It's-
like my kind of game. So
67%
to-
off. What a steal.
wow. But all right, guys. Next topic, Kirby. He's 30 years old. Nintendo did some stuff for him, but nothing really crazy. He's had a remaster come out recently. He had a game last year that was the game of the year. So It's all right. He's pretty cool lately. I like Kirby again. But I just wanted to give a little shout out. Does anyone have a favorite Kirby game that they love?
The one that came out.
Other
I've only
than the
played
Forgotten
one.
Land,
The
I mean
recent
that's
one?
not
Yeah.
fair.
Okay, other than the Forgotten Land.
Kirby's
Okay.
Dream Land
Yeah.
2.
On
Game
the
Boy.
Game Boy.
I was
Wow,
yeah, I
Game
was
Boy game.
sucked in. That was like my first like true
Wow. How
Kirby
appropriate.
adventure, and I think I had Superstar on SNES, but I would just much rather play it in its authentic form on the Game Boy. I just remember being absolutely glued to my Game Boy screen, burning through batteries, and I love that game.
Awesome.
Nice. John, do you have a favorite?
Definitely the most recent one. Like growing.
Well, yeah, but
growing
aside
up,
from that
like
one.
I just for whatever reason, Kirby didn't usually enter my orbit. The only
Yeah.
Kirby that I ever played prior to Switch was the Nintendo 64 one, and
Hmm,
I really liked it. And I
Crystal-
thought I was gonna buy it, the Crystal Shards.
yeah.
I thought I was gonna buy it, but then I just ended up beating it in that one rental, and so like, that was good.
And you moved on with your
It's
life.
Yeah,
so
like,
slow.
I didn't unlock like there's like some big secret thing at the end if you get all the, I don't know, probably shards or whatever, but like I didn't care about doing that. So, one rental and I was done. But that was a good game too. Just, not a lot of replay value.
Yeah.
But Forgotten Lands was crazy good.
Yeah,
So
Forgotten Land
good,
was like
just
so
absolutely-
good that it's not even fair
Did you
to
see-
call it a Kirby game.
Did you see
It's
his
so
statement?
different from anything else.
Yeah.
The director, I think, said recently that he thought the last boss was too hard, and I don't remember thinking
yeah.
anything in that game was hard. It was actually all way too
No.
easy.
I
I don't-
remember
I don't
like
think
the
it was
final
hard.
boss having like some
Yeah.
bite to him. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not
Okay.
I never-
so-
Yeah, I never was like, oh my god, are you serious? But it was definitely tougher than anything else. There was even a couple other bosses throughout that I didn't struggle with, but I had some close scraps with. But
Wasn't
yeah.
Eric the only madman that played it on like the hardest setting? It was just like, this is easy.
The hardest setting is extremely easy. That's what I played it on. There's
Did
like
you?
two. There's only
But no,
two
isn't there
settings.
like after you beat the game though, you get like a
There's like another.
Oh, I don't know.
Harder,
I-
harder.
If there is, and I need to check that out, because that's literally my only gripe with the Kirby franchise. And I don't even like hard games, but they are like fall asleep easy. Like there is no struggle at all, which is just strange. I guess it comes with the territory. It is more of a kid-oriented franchise where they really focused on the younger audience, like even younger than Mario, obviously.
That was the
But-
only issue with this,
entry level.
with the recent game that remaster for the recent game. What was it? Kirby All Stars? What was it?
I forgot
mean
which one
Star
got
Allies?
remastered already.
Star Allies. Yeah.
No.
That's the Switch one.
Return to Dreamland.
Return
Yeah,
Dream-
Return-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Return to Dreamland. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that's actually really fun, but it's like extremely
breeze.
easy to the point where
Yeah.
it's like too easy.
Well,
Because I want
guys, I
to get
just
that
gotta
too,
shout out-
but
I have to shout out the best Kirby game before the new one that I forgot the name of. I keep forgetting names. Like I don't know where I am today.
Maybe you did have a heart
Kirby
attack.
Air Ride. Kirby Air Ride is, I probably did. A part of me probably had a heart attack. Kirby Air
How
Ride
did
is
it just
the only
play
game.
out?
Kirby Air Ride is the only game, the only racing game I ever played that you don't even have to hold down a button. He just goes. He just freaking
what?
goes. You don't even have to do anything, and you will finish
just
the race
steer?
no problem. You don't even have to
How
steer.
How you gonna knock the Kirby games for being like, and you
Because
play a
this
racing game,
game-
then you don't do anything.
Because I mean, it's still fun. Like you got all your
Still
specials, your
strategy.
power ups, you're grinding on rails.
Exactly.
It's more so about the paths that you take. Everyone can go the same speed, and everyone just moves automatically. But it's all about the strategy, like the pickups you get, the shortcuts, your rail grinding skills, and all that stuff. Your flying ability, because it's pretty much like what Mario Kart has turned into, where it's got the earth, the flying, no underwater, but there's like rails and stuff. I don't know. It's just really awesome. Kirby Air Ride's underrated, and not enough people talk about it. And this was all just an excuse to bring up that game. So we can go ahead and move on to the next topic. Now, Kirby's 30 years old. He has only over
Passionate.
2.
Aw.
Passionate about things people don't care about.
Exactly. That's my life. That is
I
literally my
care.
life.
Brett, I
Last
don't like
topic.
Kirby games because they're too easy. Also, Brett, my favorite Kirby game before Forgotten Land is a game you don't even have to push a button and you can still win the race.
You don't have to do nothing. I said you could finish the race. I didn't say you could win the race. No, but last topic of today when it comes to the news is E3. It is officially canceled for 2023. Pretty much how everyone expected. Like back in 2022 when they announced it was happening, there were people close to it that I knew who knew people closer to it that were saying it's not happening. They just announced it. It's not happening. And then what do you know? It's not happening. So E3 is dead. Mary, are you sad?
I am. I was like trying to stay optimistic. Also, I was supposed to finally get to meet all of y'all in person.
I know. It would have been
Like,
amazing.
Booty.
I was gonna be like
Same.
reunited with like a group of friends, get to like meet other people in person for the first time, and now it's not happening. And I'm like, well, shit. Now I have to wait for like PAX West or something.
Yeah.
Honestly, we should have all did PAX East, but we didn't. We should have planned that out long ago and all figured it out and went.
Okay, PAX West usually happens in September, so Seattle, be there.
See you
Or
there.
else.
Seattle. I don't know about that.
Come on, man.
Maybe D.
Come
Adam.
on.
Yeah, maybe D-Addle or E-Addle.
Even A-Addle, but not C-Addle. Sounds terrible.
God, we're
Wow.
freaking losers. We are losers.
But I only got to go to two E3s. 2018 and 2019 were the only two that I ever got to go to.
Was 2019 the last one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like my friend Amanda has a picture of her pouting in front of the sign that says "We'll see you in 2020," and like, cause she's sad that like it's ending for 2019, and I'm like, this picture, like,
Yeah.
it speaks so much now, you know, because we didn't know what was gonna happen in 2020.
Yeah. it's
Franco in
really
the
sad.
chat said epic yarn. We don't talk about
Oh,
that.
I forgot
Kirby.
about
is that
those
is that
games.
good?
Yeah, that one's apparently really
So
good.
good.
I've heard before that that's pretty decent.
I started
cute,
it on
too.
an emulator, and it was actually really like it was beautiful. It was charming. I actually want to play the whole thing.
And
but
it was too
haven't
easy.
got-
So-
It was too
What?
easy, but at least the presentation, you know, it was so endearing to be in that it was just like, you know what,
It
I
was
don't
a-
care if this is easy.
Adorable. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
And it has aged really well. They need to port it to Switch. Like I looked at
Yeah.
it like up-resed on an emulator. It still looks stunning. Like they should definitely port that. But back to E3, guys. Focus, Franco.
Big sad.
Jeez,
Yeah, Franco, get your shit together, buddy. Come on.
E3's dead. It's very sad. I went to 4 E3s total. 2015, 16, skipped 2017, and then 18, 19. So I went to 4. And it was some of the best times I've ever had working in this industry. Like literally
Yeah.
seeing all the people that I work with all year long, seeing them one time, like and it's like 5 days long where you just get to pal around and work together and just create content. It's like so fun.
Take showers
Yeah.
together.
Take showers together.
I was trying to figure out something to say without going across the
I was
line
gonna
too
s-
much, but
I was gonna say, like, I don't know about y'all's Airbnbs, but ours is basically just a giant slumber party. Like we would have like 10 or
Yeah.
12
Oh, yeah.
people in one B&B. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
I
the closest
vaguely
thing to,
do
like,
remember-
college again, basically.
Yeah, literally. And
Yeah.
I've never been to college, but
Yeah.
I feel like that's what
Oh,
college feels
I
like.
didn't do anything like that in college, so yeah, we both have no actual experience with this.
But now we do.
Oh, I
'cause we went to
showered with
E3.
a lot of guys in college. So yeah, it was just like,
It's just like it. But Greg, I vaguely remember being in the shower with you. I'm not even joking. Like we were close, but I feel like there was some reason we got in the shower together. I can't remember why.
are you sure this wasn't a dream? Because I don't recollect this.
I
Greg,
have
was
so
it
many
you?
questions for once we get
Greg.
off the show.
This might
Greg,
have been
was it-
Toronto.
Listen, in Toronto, we left early, and the cleaning lady came.
Oh.
Were you in the bathroom?
I think it was me.
You were
That
taking
was
a
the most
dump, and the cleaning lady
most-
showed up.
The most hungover I have ever been in my entire life. And I was like, I gotta board a plane right now.
Oh god.
I just remember you texting me to say I was taking a dump, and the cleaning lady opened the door. You scared her, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm
But
Oh, look
Yeah,
at us.
so many
look
great
at us.
memories. There was a time back. Oh, is that us on screen right now? Interviewing Bethesda.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
The first
Was
that
half
Bethesda?
camera
Go back.
interview I ever did.
Oh, it was.
Wow, look
yeah.
how fat I look. Jesus Christ. But
my
What
God,
now?
shut
Yeah.
up.
But yeah, that was really cool. Lots of fun things at E3. Greg, with you specifically, I've created a lot of content with there. I'm glad it still exists on the internet because it's good memories. But John, you too,
yeah.
man. Like I used to see you twice a year at E3 and then at
Yeah.
EGLX, and
Yeah.
such
In
good
fact,
memories.
That's like the only times we've ever seen each other in person, right? Those 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
I think we
weird.
saw each other at E3 twice, and then EGLX twice as well. Maybe we saw each other
Well,
4
no.
times.
I was only at E3 the one time.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay,
Were you?
so
Yeah.
I
both
thought you were there 2
EGLXs,
years
I
for some
believe.
reason.
It was just 2019.
Yeah, because I remember waiting outside the theater with you, John.
Yeah.
I forget what we were going into. Was it
I think
Ubisoft?
that was for Ubisoft, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Brett
But
like
yeah,
got us on the wait list.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have any cute shower stories too, or is that just Brett and Greg?
No, but I will say that John is one hell of a kisser.
Oh, hey.
Save that
Getting
content
kissed
for our
so
OnlyFans.
Yeah, for the OnlyFans. But yeah,
They took the
Greg,
same-
I will say it is so weird. Like this is like what I love about E3 is like it is so weird to talk to people, like especially in this industry, and like over text messages and typing in a chat room or on Slack or whatever, and then you meet him in person, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to meet Brett, and then like I meet him and he's like hell small, and I'm like, oh, you look like him.
Yep.
I almost
Greg-
didn't go to my first E3. I almost
Oh my
canceled
God.
going because I was so panicked and so anxiety ridden.
Really?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I remember feeling, guys. I'm from Missouri. Haven't left the state once. Haven't rid a plane. I never rode a plane or nothing. And I went all alone to California. It felt like a little mouse in the big city or something. Like I was scared. I was stressed out. And it was just a totally like unique, brand new experience to me. And it was really awesome, like really memorable. And Greg, you might not remember this, but we met at E3 for the first time. We never even talked
Did
before
we?
that. I met you at E3 2015. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
There's that picture of me, you, Jason, and a few others up on that building at that party that we went to. That was the night I met you, and that's a great
I
memory.
wonder, was that the mix? What is it? The
Yeah,
mix
well, it was one of those parties. It was the mix or different
with the
one.
indie games, the ones that we ended up
Right.
going to like
That's the
every year.
mix, yeah.
Well, if you remember
Yeah.
correctly, that night started at the mix, and then random people told us about another party happening, and then we ended up leaving there, going to a random party with like people in giant costumes and stuff. It was freaking
That sounds
insane.
sketchy.
And I got that. Yeah, it was
Remember,
like E3 has some
remember-
great times.
Remember that dude that tried to sell us those gamer gloves, and he's like, "Nah, these are." He was like, "No, these are gloves for gamers. They let you breathe." And I don't know. I was like so annoyed by it, and I like ripped him a new one for no reason. It was unwarranted and undeserved, but. I was like, stop trying to give me your sales pitch right now, you weirdo. I'm trying to get drunk.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Man.
do remember that. There was like you could like go upstairs or something, and there was like I think I know what it was. I think it was like I think it was like a Shack News party or something.
Yeah, Shaq News had that
Shaq
crazy
News trying
party.
to sell you those gloves.
I have a video that I wish I sent Eric of you dancing at a club at E3. And you're literally like twerking. It
Please
is-
don't.
Oh my
I
god.
want to see it.
We need this in our
Send
lives.
I
it.
wish I could find it. It's on my old phone upstairs. I should
Oh
have
my
got
I'm
that.
glad everybody else remembers my idiocy because I don't remember any of it. So thank you.
Dude, I mean, I don't even drink, but when an E3 comes around, that's the only time I drink. Literally every time.
I know you turn into a
Um,
different person.
Yeah, start punching people. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, unfortunately, we got to move on to the next.
You see his
topic.
rap sheet from E3 weekends.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's got a
like, I
warrant
don't
out in
even-
LA County.
Yeah. They actually
I
call
just
me
leave a-
Crazy
one-
Randy in LA.
Can I just say one thing though? Like, I just don't understand the like. I mean, for a lot of people that don't get to attend and have wanted to attend for years and have looked forward to, like even Mary, you know, going to the show. I don't understand the cheering on of it being canceled. Like,
I don't either.
like you know
Yeah,
the laughing
sucks.
emojis, the like, oh, haha, I knew it would die, and it's like, if you haven't gone, it is like the most, even if you're just a fan, to play some stuff that you didn't get to play or play before everybody else does. I still think that's,
Dude, the
you know,
environment.
Yeah.
it is like you walk around and you can be like randomly out in the hall and Miyamoto could walk by, which happened to us, or
Look at
you
that
could
old
be down in
video.
down in the
Andrew
bottom
Gonzalez.
stairs. I saw Felicia
Sorry,
Day
Greg.
just standing there.
Oh my
Chester
gosh.
Bennington, Bill Burr, like we partied with Suda 51. It's like
Yes.
those are all things you as
Kojima
fans
waved at
do.
me.
Is that beardless
See,
Greg?
yeah.
What
Beardless
the-
Greg, yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
That's
I
an
didn't see
old
it.
ass video. I can't believe you found that.
Oh my god.
That's 2016, I think.
I gotta
Oh,
I gotta
Lord.
say too, like from someone that has actually never even been to E3, like it even sucks for us, like that just watch E3 from home, because like they say like, oh, these companies still have their own showcases, they still do their own things, but like at the end of the day, it just doesn't feel like E3 used to feel. Like I used to take
Yeah.
a day or two off of work and just watch and just sit there and watch showcases for 2 days, and it's like it just doesn't. Nothing will feel like E3 used to feel. Like I don't care how many shows you cram together in a 2-week period, or PlayStation will do their thing some point throughout the year. It's just not the same. It never will be. And
Yeah, it
that sucks.
sucks.
A little special piece of what that used to be is gone now. It used to be like June used to be one of my favorite months just because of E3. Like it was like Christmas to me. Being able to just know that there's going to be like 3 or 4 days of just awesome announcements, and
Right.
yeah, so it's
It's
sad.
like when you were
It's
a
sad.
kid and your parents used to lock you in the basement and then they promise you food and then you finally get to eat. Yeah, just like that.
Right?
Yeah,
It was
just
nice.
like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
glad
eating.
that I think someone at PlayStation Enthusiast made this video that I need to actually watch, because it's bringing back so many memories that I forgot it was recorded. So yeah,
Looks
that's awesome.
wild.
But my
Everybody looks like
E3, like I
babies.
said, 2015. I'm how old in 2015? I don't know, 23. And a little mouse in the big city, like walking in to the convention with no one, because I didn't really know like anyone else who was going there at that time. Swing open the doors, dude, and like everyone's walking in and you hear the music. I kid you not. I swing open the door, see all the amazing sets, and I hear Persona music because it was right at the front, and I'm like, oh my god,
yeah.
I'm home. It was Maze of Life from Persona Q, which is an amazing song, and it was the best experience ever. So I'll always
Yeah.
cherish
Very cool.
these times. Now let's move on to our final topic, which is what we're playing. Mary, you beat Dead Space Remake. You beat Persona
Yes.
4. Wow.
Yep,
Thoughts?
I did
Thoughts?
it. I am free from Persona
Thoughts?
4.
You know
No,
who the
but,
killer
like,
is.
She's
Yes!
unshackled, like
Yeah.
she was in prison. She's like, I'm free.
Well,
I
no,
did
like
it.
once I started JRPG, like it consumes my brain. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Like, and I filled like 80% of the fusions, by the way. Like I was,
Jeez.
yeah, that's how far in I was. And I was very over leveled by the time I got to the final fight. So, but
Did you see
Sorry,
the
what
killer
is it?
coming? I gotta know. Did you see it coming?
okay, so the person I named them as being sus at one point, but I was like, no,
I totally
like
tricked her.
maybe he really is
We
just
were
like
stone-faced about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like y'all didn't give it away. I was like, maybe he really is just an idiot, you know? And then at one point, like whenever you start to like you're getting towards the end, you're starting to piece things together. Even the game itself is like doing all this misdirection stuff. Like, could it be this one? Could it be this one? I was ready to blame Teddy at one
wow.
point.
I
Wow.
tried to blame
Poor
Kojima.
Teddy.
So
I was
I
close.
was like, yeah, I was like, what if it's Dojima? What if it's my uncle? You know? But no, like once like you hit kind of like that really like big final sequence, it's just going. And I was like, am I ready for this? Am I prepared for this? But it was really good. And then Brett was panicking the entire time I was messaging him because he was like, I don't want you to miss the last semester. Like,
Yeah, I told her like I'm trying to say it without saying it. Like, you need these answers to these questions. I'm just trying to save you from having to watch this ending, reload your save, go through this section. And I was like, I have the answers. They're non-spoilery. I can just send them to you. You'll know when you need to use them. And she refused. And then what'd she do? Watch this random ending like 3 times. Of course.
I figured it out eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a very, very good game. But like, I'm happy that I finished it before Tears of the Kingdom. That was like my goal, was to like wrap up like Persona 4 Golden before Tears of the Kingdom, because that's like, I would have dropped it for Zelda. Like everything, nothing's gonna matter once Zelda comes out.
Nothing
Yeah,
can
literally.
compete with Zelda.
Not even
Exactly.
family.
Nothing.
Not even family.
No,
not even
I
family.
was actually seriously thinking about
Abandon your
taking
wife and
vacation
kids.
time.
Yeah,
I
hide
have
your wife, hide your
vacation
kids.
time that I might use for Zelda.
Nice.
But Dead Space Remake was really good. The ending was like really solid, and I was like, I was like, is this gonna happen? But then it kind of confirmed like my suspicions, like leading into the ending of that. And now I want to play the second and third one. So
Do
which
it.
I've
Dead
heard
Space
are
2,
not as
10 out of 10.
good.
What? Dead Space 2 is
Yeah.
better, no doubt.
I gotta
Okay.
say,
I
mean,
Dead Space 1
I played
gave
Dead
it a
Space
run
2
for its
first.
money. Yeah, me and Britt both played Dead Space 2
Okay.
first, and it was last year, and both loved it, and then played this, and I immediately thought that this was going to be like significantly less worse than 2 was, because all I ever hear about is Dead Space 2.
Mhm.
But Dead Space 1 was awesome. Like I'm
it's
so
great.
impressed with both games.
It's so creepy and so terrifying and so squishy. And like I would catch myself, I streamed my entire playthrough, and I would just realize like how quiet I was, because I was just listening for like, I hear sound, I heard a voice, like, is something about to come get me? And so I had to like apologize to my chat and be like, I'm sorry, I'm being really quiet right now. I'm just
about
really
to have a panic
paranoid
attack.
that something's gonna eat me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those games
So-
that's unexpected. Like you can run down a hall and nothing will happen, and when you go back the other way, something will jump out of a window. Like you just never know what hallway it's going to happen in. So
Or, like,
you're always
event just
on
gets-
pins and needles.
Yeah, or like a vent just gets blown open and then nothing comes out of it. I'm like, so I'm just
Yeah.
standing there
That's
aiming,
funny.
like ready, and it's like nothing's, and then I run by it just fine. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Like, fucker, you got me again.
Yeah. And then I finally started Resident Evil 4 remake, and it's
Now you
amazing.
like it.
I love it. I love Leon.
Yeah.
Really good.
I
So
mean, who doesn't?
I
He's
know.
not he's not Leon enough in my opinion in this game, but he's still
Well,
awesome.
You didn't
With
put
an
him in the
ass like
romantic
that,
outfit.
He's still Leon.
Yeah.
I
Put him
can't
in the
believe you chose that
romantic
outfit over his iconic
Look,
jacket that he
Okay,
had.
how do you change the outfit?
By
it came with
buying
the
Colors
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 edition. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it came with like that one. Ashley even has one that matches. There's like a casual outfit for both of them, and then Leon has a hero and a villain one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's only with like the deluxe edition or whatever.
Yeah, you
that
can
it
like,
comes with?
I think
you can buy them
them
outright, I
separate.
think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
but yeah, romantic outfit's the way to go. Especially the booty, very tight
Yeah.
pants.
The booty.
I heard that they kind of like toned back like some of like the innuendo from the like original game.
Oh,
for, like,
yeah.
cultural sensitivity.
Okay.
Yeah, they
things.
did.
They got rid of literally everything. So yeah.
But
That's
then they
bad.
turned it up on like some other stuff that they did not have to like the scene with him and Lewis when they're chained together. I was like, what are they implying right now? Like,
Oh really?
It's
I didn't catch it.
I just
be
picture
honest.
Mary
I
like,
didn't catch
did somebody turn on the heater in
God.
here? It's
so warm. It's like Leon's hands, Louis.
I did make a face, like, and my chat was calling me out because they're like, Mary, chill. And I was like, why did they animate
Were you
it like
licking
that?
your lips
Why
or
did
what?
No, like I was just like,
Oh,
I was just
man.
kind of like, okay, like they went really hard on like making it sexier than it had any right to be.
She's like, that's a threesome I approve of. Louise
God.
and Leon.
But yes, I love the game. It's very good. I'm gonna keep playing
It's awesome.
it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, sure. The gameplay's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the gameplay.
Yeah, she's
of course.
definitely playing for the gameplay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Same reason Brett plays JRPGs, right? For the game.
Yeah, exactly. For the
Yeah.
plot.
No
literally.
other reason at all.
I love grinding. It's like my passion. Grinding.
Right.
Repetitive grinding.
Yeah.
Grinding all
You're
over.
sick. Crazy Randy never gets old. Crazy
Crazy
Randy.
Randy. Only in LA, guys. Only in LA. That's when he comes out.
But yeah, I
But,
dropped that little note in there that he was voted most notable character in Resident Evil
Series.
in Famitsu magazine. Or was
Nice.
it? Yeah, the series. Yeah.
John,
I
anything
gotta
new
say-
with Dragon Ball? Oh, go
It
ahead, Brett.
rules, and everyone should
I-
play it.
I-
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick. I gotta say the best username I've seen in a while on the YouTube chat goes to Lotta D Queen.
No, it's Lotad.
Is
Like
it?
Oh
the
my God.
Pokemon.
Oh, the Pokemon!
Brett, you sick and twisted
Right.
mind.
It was like a
No,
lot of
Lotad.
It's
Like
just-
the
that's awesome.
Pokemon.
Oh,
I was
man.
laughing.
Innocent
Lot of
girls that just want, like,
D-Queen.
I was
Pokemon.
laughing so
And they're just
hard.
Now we
like,
found out who the
yes,
real
totally,
sex pervert
Lottie,
is.
all
The
day.
real sex pervert is
Oh,
Brett
my
The
Larson.
end of an
That's-
era, finding out
Thank
the
you,
real sex
Eric.
pervert.
That's
There you
freaking
go.
hilarious. A lot of D, man.
A lot of D Queen. The way he read it.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That's
man.
awesome. That's awesome.
We're sorry, person in chat. We
Yeah,
nothing
they were
by it.
just being totally like
One
innocent.
of my Twitch mods, by the way.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh my God.
The Twitch channel is
that's
one of my
hilarious.
Twitch mods.
Oh man.
Oh, it's
Makes it even better.
I'm gonna call
Well,
them
I'm
Blood
sorry.
Indeed from now on.
I read it
A lot
wrong.
of
I
D
thought it was
Queen. Oh, man.
Alright.
Okay.
All right, John, go ahead. Sorry.
John,
I
anything
really-
new?
I feel like we should just allot this time to continuing to talk about the Lotta D Queen. But,
Uh,
They
yeah,
had no idea.
life's just been kind of busy for me lately, so I really haven't had much time to play like anything. But in like the little spots I've had, I've just kept playing the breakers, and I keep just defending it to the world around me. Like right after I told you guys it was $10, I went into Wario64's tweets to like explain to people, no, actually the game is not dead. It's doing quite well. You can find the game right now. You should buy it. So,
Actually, Mario.
Actually, everyone's playing this game. It's actually really
Yeah.
cool.
yeah.
I'm playing this while
$10
live
is
on my
amazing. You're not
podcast
cool.
currently.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, I won't ramble anymore about that though. Instead, I will real quick. I'm just gonna kind of give a quick coda, CODA, to our E3 conversation, because you were talking about how like so many of us met for the first time at E3, which is absolutely true. But I just wanted to point out that this podcast is the first time I ever talked to Mary or Brett Larson. So
Yeah,
like,
literally.
if you've been watching this podcast like week to week all this time, you've literally watched like 80% of the conversations I've ever had with these guys. And so like
This is
everyone's
true.
everyone's gotten to just sort of watch our friendships blossom in real time.
They have.
And I
They
just wanted to
have.
point that out because I think that's really nice and kind
Yeah.
of beautiful. That's
That is kind
Aw.
of cool.
that's the magic of this sort of thing. So
Yeah.
I'm not playing much right now, but in my heart, I'm playing with all of you
Well, thank you, John.
or something.
No, I haven't
something.
even thought about
Your
that
presence is
before.
appreciated. And then we got a Big Dick Jerry in the chat. He
Stop, dude, stop.
No, wait,
There's no
that person's
Nick
name
Cherry.
is Bridget. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Jesus.
Oh
All right,
man,
I think where are we at now? Are we
who's
at,
next?
You
Greg.
want to pass it to
John, do not make me laugh that hard while I'm trying to pee in a bottle. Jesus Christ.
Why
John,
number 2? Why are you
completely-
peeing in a bottle?
That's a
I
long
think
way
we're at
upstairs,
the-
man.
We're not
Greg.
normally on the rails, but if we were, we've gone way off now.
No, we're still actually pretty on topic though. Like we're
Yeah,
doing a
to
pretty
be
good
fair,
job.
To be fair, yeah.
That's true.
So yeah,
Alright.
let's
Greg.
Greg, you played Star Wars? I mean, I'd say just go check out Greg's preview on this channel over on Destructoid. And where did your article go up?
The outerhaven.net.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any
so
general thoughts?
Yeah, it's cool. If any of you guys are excited about Jedi Survivor like I am, that was cool to get some insight on that because it looks awesome.
yeah, well, the first thing that I want to say is, I wasn't anticipating. I thought we were going to see like, I don't know actually what I was anticipating we were going to see, because I'm coming off of replaying Jedi Fallen Order. Then we get to LA and it's this Star Wars preview event, and I was thinking it was going to be okay. In my head, I'm wondering where they're going to take the story next, because the whole game wrapped and left with the crew in tow and onward into space and whatever adventures next. And it like totally like changed my view on what the potential was for Cal Kestis and his future in this Star Wars franchise, because the game opens up to like so much more. There's like the world is bigger, the combat's evolved, there's like tons of wildlife, there's the ascension cable, there's different stances, there's 5 in total. There's
Dude, riding on
tons more
animals
pieces.
is awesome.
Yeah, that looks
Riding
really
on
cool.
animals, you can tame them and you can ride them around to solve puzzles or just get around the map or reach new areas. There's tons more combat options with 5 different stances available, including the dual sabers that you saw at the end of Jedi Fallen Order. There's so many, like, I genuinely appreciate what I played, and I always want to unbiased and be objective in what I'm playing, but there were so many NPCs to just talk to, and I only played 4 hours, and it was just one section of the game, and I felt like they built so much in that one section that I was able to play. I was so surprised. Excuse me. And then just the amount of NPCs that you were able to talk to, and they weren't just like one-off characters. They're like, I'm never going to talk to this person again. No, there was like something meaningful to say about the area that you were in. And you learn stuff about them and what their role is there, or if they heard a rumor about some miners in a cave that went missing while digging for minerals or whatever they were searching for, and then coming across a rancor and not being able to defeat it because it was so freaking hard and offered such a big challenge. So I mean, I was there this last week, and that's part of the reason why I didn't really get to play much, but I am like so surprised and impressed as to where EA and Respawn is taking Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and I'm very much looking forward to playing it when it launches.
One question for you, Greg. I know we're running out of time.
Sure.
You talked about the 5 different stances, and I know you didn't play Ghost of Tsushima. Why could I not think of that? So one of my
Yeah.
I know you never played Ghost of Tsushima, but one of the things in that game that's really cool is you can change up your stance, and depending on which stance you're more effective against certain enemies. Is it the same thing? Like, depending on your fighting style, you're more effective against certain enemies, or is it just to change it up just for the sake of changing up your
Yeah,
stance?
I would say a little bit of both. Like, you get a lot of your different, like, there's like some shielded stormtroopers. There's ones that like the gunner ones that have the bubble shield that can just fire off a bunch of rounds. There's all different types of droids, and I think like approaching them in different ways, and like even in the demo that we played, there's like these Bedlam Raiders that are like this local gang that's antagonizing Rambler's Reach, which is part of the map on Kobo that you go to. And so like even to that degree, like all these different enemy types can be found in like one place. And so like, you know, you can approach it one way to whatever your play style is, but sometimes, you know, any of the other like bigger enemies are harder to beat, that you'll change your style based on that. So it just varies, really.
Cool.
Awesome. Brett, what are you playing? Are you having fun?
Yeah, I don't need to elaborate much. We've all talked about it like to exhaustion. Resident Evil 4, loving it. I am. How many chapters are there? 17.
16,
18?
I think.
16. Okay, I'm on chapter 14, so I'm almost done. So I'll probably wrap that up tonight or tomorrow night, and love it. It's like I just played the original for the first time last year, and somehow like this feels like a new game in some ways, even though it's very much the same game. So I don't know, they just knocked it out of the park. They do such an incredible job with the remakes between 2, 3, and now this. Like I trust anything they do at this point when it comes to the Resident Evil series and franchise. Like they're just killing everything. So that was cool.
Except the voice acting.
Sure, of course, the voice acting, they need to get their shit together, but that's neither here nor there. I did start that little indie game that was on PS Plus, Chia. I don't know if you guys know much about that.
Yeah.
But I only played about 30 minutes of it. I just kind of wanted to check it out. I heard visually it looks really pretty. So I'm sure you guys will hear more about that once I actually play it.
Yeah, for sure. That game looks good. I might play it sooner or later. As for me, I'm still playing Persona 5 Royal. I think I'm at 25 hours now. I slowed down a little bit because I played all the way through Resident Evil 4, which I talked about on the last episode. But yeah, that's still obviously really good. I haven't experienced much new content in Royal that wasn't in the base game, the vanilla version. So that's a little disappointing. I know it doesn't drastically change until the last semester. It just sucks that I'm going to have to get through literally like 80 hours of content or more before I get to the new stuff. That's a big dedication for something you've already played in the past few years. So
Yeah.
but I really want to, because I feel like a fake fan if I don't play through Royal. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a fraud. So
I feel good about not spending another 100 hours on it.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just beat Persona 5. It took me a while, and then they announced Royal, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, I was the same way.
But and then aside from that, I played all the way through Forza Horizon 5's new expansion, Rally Adventure. It's a racing game. I know nobody cares about it, but Forza Horizon is the ultimate joy simulator. All you gotta do is sit back, relax, turn on like one of your favorite albums on Spotify, play it through your Xbox, and just enjoy the scenery. It feels like you're on a vacation. Like every time I play Horizon, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm on vacation in like a place I've never been, and it's just really fun, relaxing, and intense sometimes. Like you got some like metal music playing, and you're like, the race is almost over, you're in third, you got to get to the front, and it's just, I sometimes get chills playing the game, which sounds ridiculous, but it actually happens, because like you'll just pull something off like right whenever the chorus hits in the song, and it's like, oh my god. But all right, I will head out. This has been SpotDodge, a live Nintendo podcast. If you made it this far, thanks so much. Please hit that thumbs up before you go. We would really appreciate it. It helps us out on YouTube. And if you want to find our previous episodes, you can find them on podcast services, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everything. And please leave us a review over there. That would also really mean a lot. Everybody here, I love you all, and we will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.